What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bass and Buckets. Today I'm going to talk about 3 must-know tips to help you become a better bass fisherman that just might help you catch bigger bass just like that.
Steal by Luke Loy on the outlet pass. Luke for 3. It's up and good.
Alright, let's get right into it. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But thanks for watching. We're going to get into 3 tips that can help you become a better bass fisherman. And these tips are things that I've learned over the years are most important. They're not really skill specific or technical things. They're pretty general, but there are a lot of things that people miss or don't do that are just very simple and super easy things that can help them be a better fisherman. Okay, so number 1, the first thing that can help you be a better fisherman is to fish as much as you possibly can. I know that sounds simple, I know that sounds super general, but when it comes to bass fishing especially, experience is key. Whether you think so or not, time on the water is arguably the most important thing. A lot of guys, actually, pretty much everyone can go out there and make a good cast, retrieve a bait how it's supposed to be, but when the weather changes, when there's a cold front moving in, the fish are just not biting, that's when people with more experience really shine because they've been through situations like that before. So that being said, you gotta fish when it's raining, when it's sunny, when it's snowing, super windy, dead calm, tough conditions, good conditions. You just gotta gain as much experience as you can, because when it comes tournament day or a time when you're competing, conditions are gonna change and you gotta be able to adapt. And that's when you're gonna lean on your experience. When it comes to experience, that means you need to, like I said, fish all different conditions, fish new lakes, try new things, and just try to gain as much knowledge as you can about bass fishing, how bass act, when they bite, when they don't. Tip number 1, fish as much as you can and gain as much experience as you can. Okay, tip number 2 is pay attention. This is super important, and this is something I've struggled with. When I was younger especially, I would go out fishing with my dad, who is a very knowledgeable angler, has a lot of experience, and he would put me on fish and I was skilled enough to be able to catch them, except I had no idea why I was catching them or where I was catching them. I knew a lake I was on, but next week if you told me to go back to the same spot, I'd have no idea where we caught them. So pay attention, be aware of your surroundings, take into consideration landmarks, know where you're going on the lake, take notes. That's a big one. Start a fishing log, write down where you're going, the weather conditions, the moon phase, the pressure, wind direction, wind speed, water clarity, a bunch of other things like that. Write down how you caught the fish, where you caught the fish, and just keep a log so that a year from then, if you go back to the same lake and the water temperature is 50 degrees, you might be able to go back and look back where the fish were when the water was 50 degrees. So pay attention, keep notes, keep track of the conditions you're fishing in, the moon phase, like I said, wind speed. All of those things are super important, and those will help with your experience as well. Those will help you just log that information inside your head so that if you run into a situation in a tournament or something, you'll be like, okay, the water temperature is 55 degrees, this is what the fish should be doing, and then that might help you clue in about where the fish would be on that lake. Number 3, study and learn. So, like I said, this video is kind of a how-to on fishing, and there's a million of them out there online, on YouTube, and a lot of people are credible, and a lot of people are not. A lot of people are gonna put out videos just to get views, stuff like that, and they might not know what they're talking about. They might not ever catch fish. But if you go and read Bassmaster Magazine and read an article from an Elite Series Pro, they probably know what they're talking about. They've caught a lot of fish, and they're putting out that information to help you become a better fisherman. So you should do your research, but also think critically about where you're getting the information from and analyze it, and then go and test it. Research tips, research new baits, read articles, and then you got to go out and try them. So for example, you read an article on Bassmaster Magazine about winter bass fishing or late fall where the water's getting super cold, and you read something about catching fish on a Damiki rig or a blade bait, go and buy a blade bait and then go to your lake and test it out. Go try to fish those conditions where the fish should be and try to catch those fish. That's where trial and error comes into play. There's nothing wrong with going to get skunked if you're trying a new technique. Don't just go to your same lake and fish all the same fish that you always catch, and you go to the same spot every time and you just beat down on all the fish you catch, and you never learn anything new. You want to go out and try to learn new things, try new techniques, because the more skills you can add to your personal skill set, the better you can become as an angler. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope this video helped you. I know a lot of the things I said are pretty general, but there are a lot of things that people just miss or don't even take into consideration when it comes to becoming a better angler. So if you like this video or you thought it helpful, give it a like and give it a share maybe, and make sure to subscribe if you're new. But these 3 things I've learned over my years of fishing can really help you become a better fisherman and catch bigger bass. Take care, guys.